Good morning everybody, welcome to another video. As you can probably see, down the Avon today. Brought the dog down here yesterday and it looked absolutely cracking. It's got a lovely colour to it, perhaps a little bit too clear. There's perhaps 2 foot of visibility, something like that. It'd be nicer if it was a little bit more coloured. But fortunately today, we've got a very overcast sky, whereas yesterday it was blazing sun. So I think this will help as well. I think I left it till today because I think it'd be a much better day today to have a go at this. Going to be a roving session today. This is a stretch near home. I've got just a couple of hours to have a little go. So I came near home, just a few minutes walk from home, less than 5 minutes really to get down here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I haven't been down here for quite a while. With the colour as it is, it's trotting time. I've got my Dower Tournament Pro 15 foot rod, a very dirty Dower 125M that needs a clean. I still haven't got around to it. Got a Drake alloy stem stick float there, 3.2 grams. I'll stick all the information about all this gear. I'll stick down in the description below, and I will at some point actually make a video about this setup as well. I've made videos previously about my ledgering setups, but I've never made a video explaining this setup in full. So that'll get done in the next week or so. Now, very simple tactics today. See, I've got my waterproof bait pouch on, which is full of mashed bread. I've got a bucket of mashed bread over there, and just my bag and my net, and that's it. Very simple. Today we're going to have a rove about, as I like to do. I'm going to start upstream, work down, and then if the fish aren't taking the bait in any particular swim, we're feeding the swims further down. Right, that's enough waffle, isn't it? Let's get on with it. So, being my home stretch, I know it reasonably well. I do know some chub tend to hang about in here. No particularly big ones, but can usually get a few bites in here. Although, say usually, there's no guarantees in fishing. And it is proper cold again today. It was supposed to warm up a bit today with this cloud cover, and it's supposed to be the first of the warm days, but I've just done the school run and the car was showing 2 degrees. So it's proper parky, and my fingers are certainly telling me it's cold. But we'll drip feed a bit of this in. Hopefully there's a few fish about. As I just walked down here to come down the bank, there was 4 gooseanders in here. So it may be tricky. They may have scared everything off. But they were in the edge. They didn't seem to be fishing, but they may have been this morning. So I think gooseanders eat fish. I'm pretty sure they do. 2 pairs. Right. I'll keep trickling this in when we get set the rod up. So I've been feeding just for a few minutes. I don't think we need to feed for too long, to be honest. It's usually a few smaller chub up to about a pound in this swim. I have caught bigger in the past, but generally the case that they're around that sort of stamp. It's nice to get a few bites first off, if we can. But you know, I fished in here and caught nothing, so you just never know. Fingers crossed. Nice pace on the water. That's promising. Just looks good for it. Trotting, you want it to be just bang on really. You want a bit of pace, not too much. Nice colour. Hopefully a few bites. Well, that's gone through unhindered, which is not ideal really in here. Usually a bite of chuck, or can be. Like I say, it was full of gooseanders earlier, so perhaps I'm expecting too much. We'll get 15 minutes in here anyway before we go for a bit of a rove. It's not very warm when you're putting your hands in freezing cold mashed bread as well. It's, I think it's really cold. Oh dear. I know this water temperature's been taking a hit over the last few days. Going down and down and down and down. We had a milder night last night. It didn't go much below freezing, I don't think, so hopefully we're going to drop too much. I'm doing it, I did it yesterday, so I'll stick the temperature gauge in a minute. We'll have a look what we've got. Oh, it's just gone down the bottom there. Oh, it's right. I thought it was the bottom. That's a long way down, that is. It's just holding there in the flow. I feel a half bad fish, but it is a long way away. There's no monster, it's not beasting me or anything. Well, at least there's some up here. I think he's put me in some weeds or something. We might have to go down and get him. Yeah, he's put me in a reed bed. Let's just give him a little bit of slack. See if he'll come out. If he doesn't, we'll nip down and get him. No, he's put me in a reed bed, so let's, well, I'm guessing it's a weed bed. Typical chub tricks. Well, I managed to do it in a weed bed. Managed to transfer the hook into the weed bed. But we got it back. Yeah, 1-0 to the Chub. It's quite a long way down, that was, as well. And longer, really, than I'd ideally like to trot from here. For that exact reason, really. Well, hopefully there's a few more, right? Sure there is. Well, concerningly, I see some blue sky. That's not going to help at all. Promised a heavily clouded day today. Looks very much like it's all clearing. There we are. Got some fish sat down there. We need to move down a little bit. Probably 40 metres down. This feels like a half decent fish, to be honest. Just holding her. I'll do anything with it at the moment except give line. God blimey. Stalemate. There we go. A bit back. Oh, it doesn't feel quite so big all of a sudden. Yeah, I think we need to move it down a bit, downstream a bit. So they're sitting down there. No point winding them all the way back here. Yeah, he went for the same reeds as well. There's obviously a reed bed or something in there. God, it's getting smaller and smaller as I wind him in. Cracking. One net in. Now they usually sit in here, you see, but I'm guessing they're sat further down, perhaps because those goosanders were in here. Got him. It's not a bad one for this this run, to be honest. Fab. That's a cracking start. Wonderful stuff. How's about that? That's a great start. Fantastic. So, as mentioned, I've moved a bit further down. I was hooking them around here somewhere, over towards that swim over there, that pallet. So there's no point fishing from right up there. I've had 2 bites now, 1 all. There's a reed bed down here at this, the first fish I hooked put me in. Right, hopefully, a few more. That's the thing, when you can move, there's no point making it hard for yourself and standing miles away when you can stand a bit closer. And also you don't want to disturb them, but so there's not much point fishing from up there, hooking them down there, and having half of them charge into this, this dying reed bed down here. Well, that's certainly gone down further than I've been hooking them. Again, I don't want to run too far down. There we go. That looks like a bite. I think it is. Yes. I think it's very big. Again, much further down. Well, this is great. I'm really enjoying this. It's a bit of trotting. Because I'm pulling from a slightly different angle, this one hasn't tried to dive to get into this reed bed. Yeah, anyway. All of a sudden he feels like half decent fish. Of course, a lot of reeds down here actually. To be careful of. Need the net for this one. You can get him in without losing the other one. That's nice. Another nice fish, no monster, but another £1.5, £2. Fab. Wow, this is cracking. A little bit bigger than the last one. How about that? Wonderful. Wow, this is very enjoyable, I have to say. Again, that was a lot further down. Gonna end up walking down the river at this rate. But that's what we intend to do anyway, so not a problem. Oh, can you believe this weather? Clouds just cleared. Completely cleared. Oh, well, there's a few spots that are a bit darker now, so perhaps drop into. Right, a couple of dips, might be the bottom. There we go. And that was about what I was hooking them before. Just eased off the feed a little bit. I'm not putting in for sort of a minute or a couple of minutes maybe. So I'd have a couple of runs through without putting any feed in. In case they would have been a bit cute and avoiding the hook bait. Seemed it was the case. Again, no beast. I'm putting a bend in this rod, as you can see. Certainly just hanging there in the current. Wow. God, it's tricky net in this flow. Come on. Gotcha. I think that's the biggest one so far. Just about. Yeah. Wonderful. That's absolutely cracking. Well, this is great. Have to be a bit careful here. Not like getting in the water down the Y, where you're where whatever you stand on is solid. Some of the places I'm stood are completely solid, and then you take the next step and you go shin deep in mud, plus the water on the top of it. And I really could do with that welly full of water that's about 4 degrees. Right, well that's great. We've had a hat trick out of here. This sort of elongated swim, if you like. All the bites have come from this area. 3 bites from just 10 metres downstream, and then one about another 20 metres down. I think someone's got some crow scarers or something going on. I don't think it's shooting. Every time we catch one, less of a chance of catching another one. Breeze has picked up as well, but fortunately it's an upstream breeze, so that's absolutely perfect. And a little bit of ripple on the water is not going to do any harm. Although it is a bit bitey. Oh, that looked like a bite as well. Could have been the bottom if it just dragged straight under, but it didn't look like a bite. Just a very quick, just literally disappeared. You can generally tell when it's the bottom, it's more of a slow pull under. It's great, ain't it? The amount of fun you can have with a loaf of bread and a float. Wonderful. I mean, it's not an ideal swim really, this. The flow is a long way over. It'd be much better to wade over and trot down. But firstly, as I mentioned, it's a bit dodgy. It's very silty in places. There's also likely to be boats coming along here. It is the winter, but you know, it's navigable. And there are boats going through here about every 2 minutes in the summer. So, you know, there's no reason why we wouldn't get a bite. Freudian slip. No reason we wouldn't get a boat through. Don't fancy getting mowed down by boat driver. Captain? I don't know. Pilot. Plus it's the only swim really that I need to wade out. And I really want to walk potentially a mile down there and a mile back in a pair of waders. So the wellies will suffice. Got another one. Cool. There's a few fish in here today. Feels a nice one. Well, this certainly feels like the biggest one of the day. Just chugging off over that far side. God, this feels like a decent fish. It's not beasting me, but it's certainly just chugging about. I've persuaded him he's not going to reach the far bank. Getting up a bit now. It's kiting round now. Careful of these reeds on the inside. I think he's just done me in. Just gonna wander down here. There we go, we got him moving. God, a lot of weed beds lining. A lot of weed beds on the inside here. I was saying about having to watch my step. One step firm, next step in the mud. Come on, chap. Oh, he's not even that big. Well, I thought he was a much bigger fish than that. God, what a scrap. Well, you fooled me. Blimey, what a scrap off a fish of that size. That's crazy. Well, there he is. Did a fantastic impression of a big fish. Wow. Well, it's been cracking so far. And we have another one. Hopefully. Just refill my pouch. Right over here. Bait. Oh, there we go. Nearly. Nearly a welly full. Right. Fingers crossed. Do seem to be sort of stacked up in here. What we had now, 5 and 1 lost one. Oh, thought we were in again then, straight away. I'm not sure it wasn't a bite. There you go. Oh, God blimey. They're queuing up. Wow. Well, what did I say about having a roving session? I don't think I should bother. Wow, they're absolutely queuing up. There's another reasonable fish. They do keep fooling me, don't they? God, it's coming in like a wet sack. I'd say that when I'd give me a right beat another rod tip, wouldn't he? It's not a big one at all, but got some reeds down there. Out. And another reasonable fish. I've got this net tucked behind there. It's behind the camera at the moment because it's just a nice place to rest these fish up. But it's a bit awkward to get to. Oh, he's a nice one. Come on, in you go. Drop him in. Got him. God, the flow just there. So difficult. Yeah, he's the biggest one of the day, certainly. Yeah, wonderful. That's a cracker. Cracking fish. Well, this is absolutely epic fishing. Never a session down here like this. But you know, as I was saying earlier, you know, you catch it right. Which you clearly have. And you're laughing. And usually for chub fishing as well, I generally find when I'm trotting, is you generally catch the bigger fish first. Today they're getting bigger as we go along, which is cracking. I'll put a 6-pounder out in a minute. I am joking, but you know there are 6-pounders in the Avon. They are around. Have a dip now. God, there we are, another one. Next run through. A bit further down that time. Wow. This is as good as fishing gets, to be honest. I've only been fishing, God, I can't be fishing an hour, I don't think. Maybe an hour if I have. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We're not catching monstrous fish, but probably between £1.5 and £3. And this is number 7. That's putting up a great scrap as well. Ah, he's off. Put me in the reeds. Ah. Ah. Well, it's gone a bit quiet here, but I am talking from a very spoilt point of view. So I've not had a bite for, I 10 minutes or so. Maybe that we've now spooked them. Now might be the time to have a bit of a move. We'll give it another perhaps 5 or 10 minutes. Could perhaps stick around and spend an hour or two winkling out a few more. But I'd rather get on my toes, to be honest. I'm not sure whether we've just dropped on some fish or whether they're just really up for a feed, or perhaps both. But either way, worth an explore. Oh, now that looks like as well. Not sure how good just yet. Well, I'm going to call it a day there. We'll get a quick picture of these fellas, and we'll get them back, and we'll have a move on downstream. Well, we've had 2 escape, either that or I can't count. Because we got 4 in the net. 1 escaped just as I was picking the net up. But we definitely had 6. There they go. Fab. Right. Let's go see if we can catch a few more. A bit greedy. Next up is probably our only other swim. Is this one here. So I've only got a couple of hours today. Got to get back. Things to do. Need to do a bit of work. I'm on the school run as well today. So yeah, I haven't got too long. Bread mash is a bit stiff, needs a bit of water. So I'll sort that out. Like it nice and wet when I'm trotting. A bit stiffer when I'm putting it through the feeder. I want this to break up. Hopefully we can have a few more chub out. Although I do, as I say, I do appreciate perhaps being a bit greedy. Now this swim, I've only ever fished once before, but I did have a few chub out that day on the float. So it's got a bit of form. Let's see how it is. Try not to sink. Oh, that sounds very tricky. Right. Let's see if we just landed on some fish last time, or whether they really are up for a feed. Nice swim this, got a bit about it. It just deepens off a little bit here, the river, from being sort of 3 foot or so deep. Deepens off perhaps about a foot. A bit of a slack over that far side. There's a decent flow, and obviously it runs past that big sort of snaggy tree as well. So I imagine whether Chub are tucked under there. Awesome. Thought we were in for a minute then. I deepened up a bit. I think I've gone a bit too much. 5 foot deep there. I'll be a little bit shallower than that. Try that. No, very little going on in here. I'll perhaps give it another 5 minutes, and I'm going to move downstream and do the second half of this run. That that we've been feeding up by green. Okay. By feeding in here, and if there's no fish through here, then clearly we're going to be feeding the fish a little bit further down, so we'll move down there and give that 10 minutes as well, and then perhaps work our way back. There we go. I was going to say that seemed to have gone under. Oh, this was a reasonable fish. That fish should have gone down. Downstream before we hooked this one. Because I hooked him quite a long way down. Oh, yeah, it does feel a nice fish. Staying mid-river, which is good. Maybe a bit deceptive. There's a bit of flow through here. Just pulled under and I didn't strike, and it came back up and did the same thing again. I thought, okay. Let's try to do this in the edge, I think. Of course he is, it's a chub. Yep. Right, let's go and extract him. Well, hopefully, without getting a belly full. Yes, I see you. Ooh, yeah, this is where I was just going to come. Come and stand here and fish. Should have come a bit earlier, shouldn't I? Certainly come down here now. Oh, that's a nice fish. Cool, that's a nice fish. Oh, he's not done yet. Go. Come on. Go, I just nicked in there. Got him. Whew, that's a cracking fish. I hope you can see me still. Right. I think we'll take our stuff down there. As I was about to do anyway. Well, that's about that. Cracking. It's a good four, that is. When they're longer from the inside of my elbow to past my fingers, I know they're decent fish. Perhaps we put him on the scales, just see what he goes. Cracking stuff. 4 pound 4 ounces. Wonderful. As I say, it's very easy to trot from here, this lower portion. I did think we'd be getting the bites sort of out about 1 or 2 o'clock from where I'm stood now, which is why I fished from up there. But that was much further down, perhaps 20 metres down, which is why he did us in here. I tried to. Fab. Oh well, whatever happens now, made up. Fantastic session. There's actually ice all over the floor here, where the bits of water are on the bank, where the river's still dropping. So yeah, it's proper chilly. Should do the water temperature actually. I'll do it in a minute. See if we can winkle out his big brother first. Now that is greedy. When they're having it, you've got to have a go, haven't you? Perhaps eke out an extra half an hour today. I've got things to do, as I say. And I'm on the school run, etc. Well, yeah, we hooked him somewhere down there. Let's come down. Yeah. God, that's a long way down. A long way down. I don't think it's huge. No, he's not a chublet. A bit more bread in. There's only his friends down there. We'll distract them, hopefully. He's trying to get over that other side. Cool. Typical chub. Come on, out of there. He's sort of given up a bit. Give me a beating under the rod top. I don't think he's as big as this one by any means, but he's certainly a nice fish. Just about to see him. Yeah, definitely not. Less than half the size of that one. It's still very welcome. If I can extract myself from the mud, I'll get him in. Fab. Maybe half the size. Perhaps I was doing a little bit of an injustice. Yeah, perhaps half the size. Cool. You upset your mate. Right. Wonderful. Well, I think we can say they're having it today. It's starting to rain a bit, actually. Light levels have plummeted. They did forecast that it might, so can't moan about it. We're only 10 minutes from home. 5-minute walk up the field and 5 minutes up the road, so we can soon get home if it does rain. Still don't want to push my chest. Still not great. Oh, that so seems like a bite. Properly. I think it's pretty much the same place, but it's only just started doing it. Maybe perhaps roach or chublets. Very quick bite. Not sort of thing you'd expect off a bigger fish. I've only got a size 10 on. I'm not fishing particularly hefty. Like if I was fishing bread flake for chub on the bottom, I'd probably have a size 6 on. There's a huge mouths. See, that's the bottom. And that is, I think. No, it's not. It's a fish. I waited and waited and waited for it to pop back up, and it didn't. God, this looks like another nice fish. Blimey. This is where we've been having those snatchy bites. Perhaps we finally decided to commit. Having to take it easy with these fish. I've only got 2.5 pound bottom on, but it's plenty, and there's no snags about. Like that snag over there. Do find though, the more coloured the water, the less they try and find the snags. This is a lovely fish. giving up again now. He's got a bit of weight to him though. Certainly want to land him. God, what a session this has been. Absolutely cracking. Come on. Trying to get under my feet. He's not done yet. Of course, not that nice fish, but it's it. Not as big as that 4, but still a lovely fish. He's definitely not done yet. Cool, I think I nearly got out then. Gotcha. The reason I'm keeping them is because if I let them go, they'll just go and clear off and spook all their mates, and we'll catch one fish out of a swim, and that'll be it. Cool. Looks actually a bit bigger than I gave him credit for. Oh, blimey. Probably a scraper 4, looking at him. Well, he is a little bit smaller, just under 4 this one. Just put him on the scales at 314, somewhere around there. That's fantastic. I'm only holding him up because I am stood over the water, so if he flips while I'm stood up, he'll only go back in the water, do himself any harm. God, cracking. Well, I'm not going to him just yet. Probably worth another 10 minutes. Well, all seasons in one day. It's melting all the ice though. Yeah, we'll just give it another 5 or 10 minutes, I think. And we'll definitely make a move. I think there's probably more bites to be had in this swim. But I don't really fancy a soak in, and I have got to go anyway. Did give myself 2 hours, and it's been 2 hours, just over. Nice to have one more bite though, wouldn't it? Very greedy. Right, this rain seems fairly set in now. So I think one more run through, bit of mashing, follow it through, and then we'll call it a day. Nice huge chunk of flake on the hook. The wind's dropped right off as well, so I don't think it's not even going to blow it away. Oh, there we go. Last run through. Would you believe it? And it's proper raining. I knew there was more bites to be had in this swim. Come on, chap. That's a decent scrap again. Not beasting me though. Not had to give him any line yet. So I don't think he's a big boy. Got some weight to him though. That's Nothing afloat yet, it's staying deep. Yeah, working up a bit now. Trying to get in the edge, of course. Come on. Caught another cracking fish. Cool, another lovely fish. In you go. Oh, wow. Another proper one. Certainly another good 3. Getting on for 4. Wonderful. Right. We'll call it a day at that, I think. I'm sure there's still bites to be had in here. But I really don't fancy a soaking. Definitely not. Well, the weather's properly turned now. We'll get these fellas back and beat a hasty retreat, I think. That's cracking. Over the moon with that. There we go. One. God, blimey. There's some right flow here. There we go. Off you go, chaps. Absolutely wonderful. What a cracking couple of hours. 2¼ hours we've had, and this swim's good for some more bites, I'm sure. But I really have to go, and I don't fancy a soak. But I have to say, my coach is doing a grand job. Right. Now, with the river being in cracking condition, which it looked, and clearly it's proved it is now, I am going to try and get out in the next few days as well down here. Not this stretch, perhaps another stretch, maybe a bit further down on this new ticket I've got. But for now, from a very wet River Avon, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that half as much as I did. Absolutely fantastic. What a cracking session. Well, 2¼ hours, if that. Yeah, wonderful. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling if you get out there. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your fantastic support. And I'll see you all again when it's a bit drier.